and welcome to another Swinging Steve's Bargain Beer Reviews. This week, sort of semi-professionally there, or unprofessional, canning glass. We've gone for McEwans Export. Now I went to the shop with the intention of going for some real commercial stuff. I think I was thinking about getting maybe some, I don't know, like some what they call them, Green King IPA, or some Speckled M, something like that. But I came across this, and I've never ever drunk this before, and I have seen it's one of the things you always see, but you always kind of ignore, and I don't really know why, because it's different to the most of the big ones out there. It's and it's relatively reasonable price as well. It's £1 for a can. It's £4 for 4, and I think that's quite reasonable if it tastes pretty good. So it does come under that bargain beer bracket, really, because it's almost a pint for £1. So yeah, I've not read any, there's nothing to read on it anyway. It doesn't tell us anything. The only thing it does tell us is where it's brewed, and that's Edinburgh. So it's a Scottish beer. So this is to Scotland and their Six Nations effort as well, because it's the Six Nations have started. And yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. It smells quite nice. It smells quite sweet. It's got a bit of a malty taste to it. With them. Yeah, it tastes pretty sweet. It smells pretty sweet. It's got a nice malty backbone to it. It's definitely got more of a kick than like your IPA, your Green King IPA or John Smith, because that's another one you get in a can. I might review one of those if I can be bothered. But yeah, it's definitely better than that. So so far so good actually. So let's get it in there. Oops, poured off of that all over the table. Not a good start today, is it? Not a good start. I'm going to get the whole can in, I think. I'm just going to get it all in there, full pint, as much as I can. So I've got a nice finger of head in there. The carbonation's okay. It's quite nice actually. It's not too excitable. It's not conditioned, but it looks okay. It's a nice red can, isn't it? I like that red. It stands out. So presumably this is their biggest beer because it says export on it. So presumably this is what they export all around the world. So if you're going to get a McEwans beer, it's probably going to be this one. Now I've had their Champion before, weren't too keen on that, and I had another one by them, and I hate it when to put things. I hate to sort of have a preconceived thought about a beer before I drink it, but I think they're owned now by Charles and Wells. However, this does say it's brewed in Edinburgh, so whether that's still quite genuine or not, I don't know. But we'll see, because Charles and Wells are branching out. They've bought loads of beer companies. But I had another one by these guys. It didn't taste very good. I think it was their signature beer, and that was rubbish. Okay, so here we go. On the smell, quite like almost like very much like a burnt crusty smell. But quite nice. A little bit metallic. A little bit. It's got that mass-produced smell to it. But it's got a little bit more character than some of those, really, like your John Smiths and your sort of like that Green King IPA as well. I keep saying those two, don't I? But I think it's got a little bit more character than those two beers. I'm trying to think of another canned beer that's sort of. Yeah, it smells okay. It smells okay. It smells quite nice actually. It's quite dark in colour, like a dark brown, like a dark chestnutty colour. What am I getting from it? Just sweetness, just quite like a sweet malty smell from it. Slightly like a roasted sort of smell. It smells like slightly overcooked, like overbaked bread maybe, burnt bread, like a crust. When you open like a fresh bread and you go straight and you put your nose on crust, and you get that sort of smell. For those people that do that, I'm going for the drink. I'm going for it. That's quite pleasant. That's actually surprisingly quite pleasant. It's very well balanced. It's a bready. I'm getting biscuity notes, slight toffee notes, and it's quite sweet. It's got like a sweet, quite unusual sweetness to it. Whether that's a bit of a synthetic taste, I don't know. But actually, it's nice. And do you know what? It's like it's one of the, you know, when you go to a party, you kind of want to take some beers with you, but you don't want to take great nice beers in case someone else finds them and you can't say, oh no, they're my beers, you can't drink them, because you don't want to sound like you know, Mardy. But on the other hand, you don't want to take stuff that's too cheap that you're just going to think, oh, I've got to drink that all night. This is a great beer to take to a party, I think. Anyway, let's see how it goes, because sometimes as you drink the beer, especially these mass-produced ones, they get worse as they go on. But that's a nice smell. Yeah, I'm almost getting like a spice or a herby note, or a spice note, like a fennelly sort of smell from it, or taste. Like yeah, maybe like a peppery note. It's nice. It's quite Moorish actually. It's got like a nice biscuity sort of malty taste to it. I think I'm drinking this a little bit too cold actually. So I'm wondering if I had that, if that were a little bit warmer, I'd be getting more flavours from it. So you can swish that around. Not the ideal glass for swishing this, to be fair. Yeah, it's like a sweet. It's a difficult. I'm not getting a lot from the nose, but I am getting that sort of like instant sort of like burnt. There's almost like I don't know if there's like a roasted malt in it or something. I'm not really getting chocolate. I won't go as far as that. But it's quite nice and well rounded. And yeah, maybe dried fruits. Getting like a bit of a dried fruit taste from it as well, like dried plums or like raisins or sultanas. And you really get that sort of when you're drinking it. When you breathe in with it, you really are getting that sort of like crusty bread sort of smell. It's not bad at all, this. It's not going to blow you away. I think it's quite sessionable, and it's definitely something to take to a party. And £1 a bottle, I think that's pretty good. Does it tell us anything else? It's the original export ale, right? So it's original. I don't know if they know that that's the original Scottish export ale. I don't know if there's some sort of laws before they can put things like that on a can. So I don't know if their historians are up to date with the facts that work for McEwans, but yeah. Anyway, original Scottish ale. Yeah, it tells you loads of rubbish on it, like how many units you can drink when you're pregnant, or you can't drink when you're pregnant, can you? Yeah, nice little logo on it. And see, it's out of a can, it's quite nice. I might try a few more beers out of cans actually, because they're all bottles out, but might stop because they are cheaper. It's nice. I mean, I'd get bored of it after 2 cans. I'm not going to lie to you, I'd be bored of it, but at a party, you're not bothered, are you, when you're drinking loads of stuff. And there's a one-off while I'm watching TV, Sunday afternoon beer. Absolutely perfect, take a few round for your dad to drink, and for the price, that's good. I quite like that. So scores on the board. I don't know where to go with this one. Part of me wants to, because I'm surprised how nice it is, wants me to go and go quite high with it, but I've got to bear in mind, on the grand scheme of things, it's not blowing you away, and it has got a slight metallic taste to it. It's got that mass-produced taste to it. Oh, I want to drink it all so I can give you a full result, but I'll be here for another 5 minutes if I do that. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, there's like a spice, like a fennelly sort of smell, I think, that's coming from it. But it has got like a roasted sort of smoke, not smoky, but like a burnt sort of smell, but nice, in a nice way. Like I say, it's Moorish. Right, I've decided I'm going to give this a 7.2 out of 10, which I think is pretty good, especially for these sort of mass-produced beers. I think that's quite nice. It's got a bit of character to it. It's not going to blow you away. It's not. I don't know. I could session on that, I think. I could session on that. I'm quite thirsty at the moment, so that's probably another reason why I'm finding it quite easy to drink. It's got a little bit of a lingering bitterness as well that I've not picked up on, which is probably from some sort of British hop. I don't think there's there's no continental hops or anything like that in it. it's quite basic. It's quite British in its taste, but it has got I hate to say this, but it has got a slightly complex taste to it as well. That's maybe a little bit sort of unique, which is probably why it's so popular. So yeah, it's good. 7.2. I think it's a good score for a mass-produced beer. Buy it. A quid a can. I won't go much more than that though. I won't go more than a quid a can. I think that is bang on the money for the price. So till next time, enjoy your drinking. See you later.